If I can type.
I'll see if someone here goes for the classic, and if they don't, I'll go with something else.
Well, the only one I can think of is Frankenstein, but that's someone's gonna take that eventually. But I want to find someone that's like, I guess, less known.
You sure you're not thinking of Mr. J?
Who's Mr. Oh, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Oh yeah, good stuff.
Actually, I prefer that, so I take it.
I'm okay with mine.
Okay, let's go.
I'll look up.
I think I can start.
Yeah.
The music's going. Thank you, Pro.
Guys, we'll see a picture I did real quickly. From you, see, because I posted here already, but
You're
seeking validation, so.
Actually, before I was currently drawing something, but
Yay, melons. Wait, I did post this here, but now I remember. The melon just gave me a memory. I posted it in like
How does melon provoke memory?
because I remember I got a melon for it. I was happy because I got a melon for it. And I just remembered I did post this here before, but I didn't get as much attention.
this
Oh,
is
it's just a melon.
wonderful.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Ooh, that's fucking terrifying.
I know.
Is it like one of your characters, or is it like some?
It's my OC, but right now she's in the, I guess, zombie.
It's like so
Why is he a
bad there.
zombie?
Okay,
She's not originally a zombie. Just I'm in the monster movie.
Woo!
Like, I like drawing her as many things, like a werewolf, a vampire.
What about
right
a
now,
Necron?
That's so cool.
All right,
as a
guys.
wolf.
Are we
I'm
ready?
really easily impressed by things. Wow, I really like this.
We are live.
I'm ready as my.
I want to pet this picture.
Wonderful. First of all, Bethany, have you watched one of our live streams before?
Have not.
Okay, so we're just gonna go
You're
off
new
and
here, are you not?
it's just a big discussion. Yes.
A new
Uh,
female to film sausage
officially
party.
not.
Woo!
It's
Nice.
official no longer.
Put ourselves
I
on
was
the
the only
spot.
one here before.
So, we just choose a topic and we go off on it. Usually we take turns. So,
Should
today
I start? Because I feel like I'm the only one that really has something here.
I too have something here.
I do
Except
have the
Chris,
wheel
because-
of torture ready. So I could use the wheel of torture, or we could go by the person that went last chooses the next person. Which way do you want to do it?
Do you
I
want to
think
go alphabetical?
The wheel of torture.
I know what that makes you
See,
laugh so
since
much.
wheel of torture, alphabetical. Well, we went alphabetical last time since we
I
got
like the
a
wheel of torture.
wild bunch today. We'll do the wheel of torture for fun. And Rain Crawler is over on YouTube. Welcome, Rain Crawler. Okay, let me introduce everybody and get started. So today's topic, this is Monstercast, by the way, 52. 52nd Saturday of doing this. Shiza. So today's topic is monster doctors. Monstrous doctors. So basically mad scientists. Crazy, monstrous scientists. So let's see what we come up with today. I'm looking forward to this one. I've got one on my mind, but I'd rather leave it to someone else. So maybe I'll leave myself off the wheel for now in case somebody else wants to share this one. I wouldn't want to steal it. Yeah, that's it, I guess. So let's introduce everybody. We have Bethany. Welcome, Bethany.
Hello.
Greetings.
We have
you like
Dande
Necrons?
in the text. Back again. For those of you that are new, usually, not this month, but usually every month, Dande does do a art challenge that he hosts over here on the Discord. So he'll be bringing that up
Oh, yeah.
next month.
Another artist.
Yes.
I just like drawing freaky things.
He's not doing it this month because we're having the monster Halloween monster art contest, the official one on the channel.
I no one ever told me about that.
Oh,
I
well,
wasn't. I must have missed that too.
head to the damn it notifications. Go to the channel and just look at the last video. It's still up as the last one.
I'm a potato.
And
Am I literally the only
Was
person
it the
who
Chimera
actually saw
one?
that video?
yes, it's the Chimera one. Correct. That is this year's contest. And next we have Darth Phoenix Guten Tag over in text. Welcome, welcome.
Okay, when it comes to this month's art challenge, I'm actually going to join it because I
Sweet.
could really use them $100.
Wait,
Awesome, Chris.
$100?
Welcome.
Money.
I got no way of getting money, so may as well just stay out of it.
Yes, $100 is the grand prize. No, you get
I got
money.
no
You don't
way
pay
of
money.
getting-
Z, I am objectively poorer than you. Please do not.
No, I literally don't have a way to I don't have PayPal.
I heard you. I'm
get
talking
it.
to Z. He's the Necron dude.
We'd figure something out. At least
A
I'd give you
portal
a
child.
Amazon gift card or something.
I don't shop online.
Okay. Next we have Chris. Dobry wieczór
Hello.
over there, Chris.
Dobar večer na tebi, Arturčo.
And then
Big
we have
English.
Procrastitron.
Няма да говоря английски.
Stop speaking starving in Soviet.
Hail Pro or Esk.
Okay, Z, that is
How are you, Pro?
Proof.
Pro, I'm assuming you want to go first then, Pro. Is that correct? Since you already posted? Or do you want me to still go with the Wheel of Torture and you'll
Oh,
repost?
do you want me to post the
No, not
image
yet.
with the description of what I'm doing? Oh,
If you have images with what you're gonna share, that always helps. We do like visuals.
BRB, 1 sec.
And then we have Super OCD. Moment of silence for Super OCD. Damn it, Super OCD. You're not the one that's supposed to be silent in these moments.
I'm trying to find a good image to speak what it is.
And finally, we
If
have
you're
C joining us. Welcome, C.
Hello.
All right, wonderful. And then
If
we
you're
have
going for
Raincrawler.
the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde one, look for the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Superb
League-
movie.
What?
Thank
There's
you,
like many
Raincrawler.
versions here. Do you want me to go to the original?
If you want, I just like the League of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen best version of Hyde.
I just
There's also
fixed it,
2004
Raincrawler. I
Batman
don't
Classic.
think it'll update though. But thank you for the heads up.
The one with Frederick March in it.
I don't know who that person is.
I don't know. It's just in one of the images.
It has Sean Connery in it.
Can you type in that name?
It's just
I don't think she have seen it. She would most certainly have remembered it if she had.
I haven't seen any of the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde movies.
It's a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. That's a comic, but ignore that. That's freaking dark.
Oh wait,
and
wait,
depressing.
no, I think I just found it. Oh, I remember that movie.
it is
It's
a
been
glorious
so
movie.
long since I watched it.
Hail Zero, welcome, welcome.
Hello. Thought I'd pop in for a second.
Greeting.
All
Good
good.
stuff.
We're just getting warmed up here.
Nice.
Getting everybody's
It
name.
was literally like the first crossover ever. Just these are popular English literature character. Well, people from popular English.
Blah, blah, blah.
Zero, we're gonna be discussing monster
Monsters.
doctors today. Some mad scientists and such that you can find of various lore if you're interested in joining in.
But do you want me to go just against that version?
You can talk about anything you like as long as it is somewhat relevant, or you can explain why you think it's relevant.
Well, there's many versions of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, but don't know which one I should go off of.
Go off your favorite. Take a look at just skim through them real quick and see which one you like. Okay, guys, let's get started. I just asked that we stay on topic, respect each other, and the usual. Pro, do you want to... Okay, I'll just start with Pro, and then I'll start with the Wheel of Torture. All right, Pro?
I would like to start afterward. Yes?
You would. Okay, so cancel Wheel of Torture.
No.
Here we go.
The Wheel of Torture. He'll have to work for his turn.
Okay,
I
thank
can't
you,
work
Chris.
against random.
I'll just let Pro grow. Damn it, Pro. Esk. I'll let Esk go.
English.
Okay, here we go. So I'll read it off of Pro's. His is the last post here, so if everybody can pay attention to that one. Here we go. On behalf of Pro, Richard Rick Traeger is an antagonist in Outlast. He is an insane variant who experiments on patients in order to gain more knowledge about biology. Dr. Traeger, much like the rest of the asylum's inhabitants, is sadistic and mass murdering psychopath, but his psyche and mental ability appears to operate in a highly functional way that proves he still has a grasp of reality, even if only slight. Because of this, he is more than capable of thinking, planning, and other things such as tricking Miles, the protagonist, into entering the dumb waiter so he can gain access to him. It's possible that that's how Traeger lures his victims. Additionally, he is capable of both intelligent and coherent speech, speaking to Miles in a friendly tone and addressing him mockingly as Buddy. He either enjoys pretending to be a surgeon or has been driven to believe that he actually is one, and has a habit of collecting body parts from his patients, example a tongue, because he was tired of licking his own stamps. Nice.
Ew.
And Miles ring an index finger because he desired to sell them. So if you see the images here,
He's
very
got a nice butt.
Oh, let's take a look at the butt. Let's see here.
Someone got priorities in order.
Interesting. It's a man butt. It's a man butt. Also, yes, you can see his ass, and no, sadly, he is flat as fuck, as not dummy thick at all. Thank you for stating that, Pro.
It looks like he has no
Also-
fat on him anyway.
Right, he looks pretty fatless. Looks like somebody
Looks more
stripped
like
him
a
off.
corpse, actually.
Also, he cuts off your fucking fingers in the game. Okay, so he is human though. Still, he's still living, right? He's not a zombie or something, because he does
He's
look
living.
almost undead with this flesh. He's just very lean, apparently. Let's take a look at that face again. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of what. It kind of reminds me of C's voice. If we put C's voice on him, I think it would be a little overly polite for this doctor, but I could see it working.
Wow.
Well, I myself...
Put me into the spotlight, okay?
That's a praise. That's praising you. See, that's praising you. It's a
It
good
is a
thing.
fact that Z himself is also not dummy thick, so he would fit right in.
There we go.
Why is this a topic?
Interesting.
It's not wrong to talk about people's asses.
Oh, so now we're talking about
See-
C's ass.
Need
Interesting.
I refer you to that Necron ass you drew on multiple
enough.
occasions?
It is a
Fair
good
enough.
pain. All right. Actually, Chris' voice
I
would
mean,
fit
that's
Traeger
something-
better than C. Pro says. Okay.
Oh.
How about a mix of Chris and Z?
What do you...
no,
Don't
no,
post that!
No.
There we go. Nice massage. Okay,
No.
guys. Any questions, comments? Have you guys played this game? Have you experienced this doctor? Anything you can tell us more about him?
I myself has played Outlast, and
And buck.
that scene I was actually stuck at, because you're supposed to, well, get away from him while running around trying to find a key, but your key constantly being teased by him.
And you couldn't take it.
I couldn't take it. I just quit.
Nice. I couldn't
That
take
was
the
just
teasing.
a loose assumption, but okay.
It wasn't the part where he cuts off my fingers was the least pleasing.
Welcome me horror show. Zero
Like
left.
I
guess.
thought
Okay.
he's like, oh, he's gonna do my nails. No, he cuts off my fucking fingers.
Technically, that counts as doing your nails.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, I don't think you've ever done your nails before if you consider that within the
Those-
same realm.
He does them so good, you'll never have to do them again.
There you go.
He's like, he's not doing your nails. He's doing your fingers.
And what is the nail part of?
My hand.
Duh.
And what does your hand have on it?
Skin.
Skin.
Tendrils.
Now, Z, we all know your hand doesn't have skin. You're not affected by the flare virus.
Fuck
Yeah.
you, Chris.
I'm human. I have skin on my hands.
Alrighty,
Why are
guys.
you bugging me? I'm correct.
We're moving to the next person then. We're going to the Wheel of Torture. Here, ooh. Where is you? Here we go. Wheel of Torture, we're spinning you. We got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. I included Raincrawler on there in case you want to be on there. I didn't include you yet, Horror Show. If you do want to be on a Wheel of Torture, do let me know. But we are spinning it now. Here
Oh,
we
did
go.
you add me? Because I'm ready with mine.
See. Okay, yeah, you're on. Super. And 0. Then 0 is out.
I don't really have anything to put on.
Just look on Google. Maybe you'll find something.
Procrastinatron.
From the heart.
I wonder if I still have the ability
the
to
heart,
kick people from
yes.
this server.
Okay, we're spinning it again. Here we go. Darth, Super, Chris, C, Beth, Dande, and it's Super. Super RD.
I ain't got anything.
Okay, if you do come up with something, do let me know. You're off for
Dr.
now.
Mario. He's terrifying.
Dr. Mario!
I'm joking.
Yeah, let's be honest, that's
It's
rheumatic. It's
existential
probably one of the most terrifying things. I mean, that fat man just lifts up from the ground without any warning or build
could
up.
work.
He just lies up there. And then
Dr.
does-
He
Mario.
goes,
Crush
woohoo!
He is a man of terror.
He's
His
like
little
a
wonders
gizmo crazy scientist, right?
Yeah,
I
sure.
mean, Mario does have their own mad scientist that is called the EGAT that did the Luigi's Mansion contraption.
Is he a gnome?
No.
No.
It's just a weird creature.
What about that other doctor that was in the Mario series? What was that doctor's name?
Which one of them? Could you explain what they did?
Okay.
Because we have a lot
This guy
of
doesn't work.
doctors in the Mario series by now.
No, it's the one that was in for Luigi's Mansion.
EGAT?
Yeah, EGAT.
Hmm.
Well, he's more of an inventor than a crazy doctor, actually.
I don't know, a guy that experiments and lives with ghosts definitely marks out as not normal in my book, if you understand my meaning.
Well, I watched a theory video about him, and in it, he's more sinister than he appears.
Game
I mean, he works with dead people. I don't think it gets more sinister.
Whoever is
Ah,
breathing
that's
into the microphone, be
And
sure
or
to
not-
distance
and
your
or not
microphone if you
capturing
can.
them in
Like
a
you're about to
questionable
deep throat your
contraption. Someone, please stop breathing.
There we go.
Don't snort it.
All right, guys, we're spinning the wheel again. Let's go to the next person then.
I like this one.
And see Beth Dundee. Dundee in the text. Master Dundee, are you ready?
Torture.
Dando, all
No.
eyes on you. He's ready. All right, let's see what he's got for us. I'll go with this guy, he says. Louis
Go
says,
crazy.
greetings, Monsterite. Sorry for the crash landing over on
He's been
YouTube.
a
Welcome,
monster,
Louis.
a hero and a terror at time.
I
You
shall
said
add
that.
Louis. Louis, I shall add you to the Wheel of Torture.
I mean, yeah, that's body horror if I've ever seen it.
I
A
thought
monster, a terror, and a hero type. And a doctor.
So,
All right, we're
Yes,
waiting.
okay.
All right, so
Oh,
it is
yes.
Bruce Banner. It is
Of
Bruce
course.
Banner of the Hulk.
It's been a while since I've watched the movie, so I don't know much about him.
It's very
no.
simple. He gets angry and then he gets big and green.
Yeah.
No, like how he was before then.
no, Beth, you see, fuck the movies. Watch
Oh
the
my God,
1990s.
No, not that one. Not that
Watch
one.
watch the 1990s animated series, The Incredible Hulk.
No.
Yes.
So
Scared of that
he's
image.
basically a scientist, and he's a smart guy, obviously. And then he came up with
Not
this
smart if he turned into
concoction
that.
or whatever, and he imbued himself with it. So then, when he gets angry, he gets big and green. If he gets overly angry, it's like the werewolf syndrome without the moon.
Makes
And if
sense.
it's dependent on anger.
What
He
the
is like a werewolf, isn't he?
What comic is that?
I don't know, but it's an immortal one.
So what can you tell us, Dande? What can you tell us about him?
That is glorious.
He is actually
There's
one of
something
my...
about that face that makes it so much better.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want the proper Hulk experience and you don't have time to read comic books, watch this series. You will not regret it. It's awesome.
Is it as smashing as the other one?
Are there any
Russian.
fans of the Hulk here? Any fans?
Oh, big fan.
Awesome. He is,
Not bad.
I would say, out of the
Oh.
Avengers, he is my favorite. I do like
Same.
the Hulk. I do like the whole thing behind him. Hence, I've made comparisons of him with Venom and Werewolf in a video before. It's just a fun thing. And there are good movies, too.
Did you know that Hulk once it went into space?
What?
He has gone to space multiple
Space
times.
Hulk.
Actually, I enjoy all the movies. They all have a different, very different take to them.
Yeah, I mean, of all people that you don't want to get into space, probably the Hulk.
So Dande says there was one time when Bruce Banner had control over the Hulk and became Smart Hulk. Also, if he gets too angry, he can cause the planet to crack under his strength and limits gamma blood. Pro says, fun fact, Hulk
Emits.
originally could only change at night. Interesting, I didn't know that. In the current Immortal Hulk series, it returns to him being Hulk at nights. Nice. That is a fun fact. Hence turning his cousin into She-Hulk. There's a pretty cool fan made.
I have issues with that single
No,
sentence.
his cousin was in a car accident. She needed a blood transfusion in order to survive, and he was the only relative with matching blood. And because his blood is, hulky, when she got the blood transfusion, she can now also turn
Okay.
into a Hulk.
Nice summary.
I still have
Sure.
issues with that for obvious reasons.
It's giant titties. Why do you have issue with it?
Raincrawler
Okay, fair enough.
says,
You make a compelling argument.
Nice.
And she is also a lawyer that is very good at her job.
nice.
I
Are
didn't
you sure
expect
that's a
that.
good idea?
She always
for
wins her
lawyers to have
cases.
Anger issues.
Raincrawler says the 90s animated series was really good.
It is.
Raincrawler also says that cartoon's amazing. He once fought against a Wendigo in it. Wow.
Oh my.
Very cool. There is a cool fan-made video on YouTube. It's a very it's pretty well known if you're into this stuff, with a Superman battle with Hulk. That's just a fan made, but it's very well done. It's a great video. If you like, you can check that out. Just Google Hulk versus Superman or something like that. As Hulk is OP as a Superman.
I
Already.
mean, one of them has laser eyes. The other one does. I mean, I know my
Yes,
money is on the
laser eyes
guy
are
that is.
stupid.
Well, of course, Hulk is nothing but strength.
Well, Hulk is limitless, and that's what makes it kind of nuts. It's that lack
That
of.
was the thing that always bothered me. Like, who would win, like him or Superman?
Okay,
I mean,
guys,
Superman can fly.
we'll find out from
Hulk can jump good.
from us here. So, okay,
Hulk
everybody,
just jump good.
when I say your name, just say
Jumping good is
Superman
as
or
good as
Hulk.
flying.
Say Superman or Hulk. Ready? Okay, Bethany, Superman or Hulk? One word.
Superman.
It's gonna be
Superman.
XY. Hulk is gonna be
Superman.
X. She said Superman, right?
Superman's just smarter.
Okay, Superman. Dande, Superman or Hulk? Dande, this isn't the time to pitter patter. For the win. Who would win in a fight? Quick. Dande,
Hulk.
stop screwing around, Dande. We're watching you.
Superman!
Superman. Okay. Next.
Green is best.
Darth, Superman or Hulk? Darth.
I think
Darth,
he's dead.
come on, Darth. Move it. Today is Darth's day because he's a plague doctor. So, he should be enjoying. Damn it, Darth. Who would win, Superman or Hulk? Come on, man.
Oh wait, we're going down.
Step on
I
it.
asked you for like
I
2
didn't
minutes.
realise that.
Chris, Superman or Hulk? What the hell now, Chris?
Just
Hulk.
Hulk.
Green
Excellent.
is best.
Pro, Superman or Hulk? Darth says Hulk. One for Hulk. Pro, Superman or Hulk? Super OCD, Superman or Hulk?
Superman.
C, Superman or Hulk?
Superman. I mean, he's allergic to green things, but Hulk is not that kind of green.
Pro says Superman. Arthur, Superman or Hulk? I say Hulk. Me Horror Show says Hulk. And Louis says Superman. Raincrawler, your time is up. Okay, here is the verdict. Y's are Superman, Hulks are X's. There's the answer. And Raincrawler said Superman. There we have it. Okay, moving on. Wait, who was... Okay, so Bruce Banner was our last one. That was a good one. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. That's probably going to be the most powerful one of the day. So there you have it. And who mentioned that one? That was Dante, right? Yeah.
Very bulky.
Dante. We'll see what Chris comes up with. He likes to get some powerful stuff into. Okay, we're spinning.
Nah, mine is nowhere near as powerful as this, don't worry.
Louis, Darth, as I said, it's your day, it's your turn. Darth Phoenix, tell us about your doctor. I would like to get a
Someone
plague
called
doctor
the
in. Darth is typing. He's typing SCP
Of course.
049. Okay, let's Google that real quick. Let's get an image. Tell us about it,
that's-
Darth.
I know that one.
Corpses that become instances of... removed. So it is a plague doctor. Excellent. Thank you, Darth. You have made me proud.
That's actually one of my favorite SCPs.
Nice.
Yay. Classic.
So what can you tell us about it, Beth?
Well, he's... Well,
Is he a doctor?
in a way,
Yes,
he's like a
Deadly
doctor,
Phoebe
but
hands.
he actually does the opposite. Like, instead of
Oh.
actually curing people, he pretty much kills them, but ends up, I guess, resurrecting them as something else.
I see.
Like, when he says he wants to cure you, it's not because you have a disease. He wants to cure you from, like, living.
Oh, I could use some of
Nice.
that.
I like
He's
that.
trying to cure you
Can't
from
we all?
the
Cure you
plague,
of living.
which is something no one yet knows what the fuck it is other than that SCP in itself.
That's a robot
That's his
dinosaur.
tagline.
Does kind of look like a rubber dinosaur.
Like, in
So-
the game, he just follows you with his hand out trying to grab your...
That's not creepy at all.
Is
In the
he...
game, yes.
What is he contained in? Is it going to be a regular kind of cell? Anything special?
And
I believe.
Okay.
Maybe
what-
just a lot of apples.
What game
A
did you
lot of
mention? Bethany, what game did you mention?
SCP Containment Breach is the game.
Is that fan-made? Like, largely, or how does that work?
Yeah, it's pretty fan made.
Well,
Right.
it's a containment area filled with SCPs. And you have to try to escape them.
Okay. We have Gunga.
But
Who
you have
is-
to do research on certain ones. Like,
Oh,
if you go into a certain area near SCP, it could be dangerous or it could not be, but you
Okay.
wouldn't want to risk it unless you do research.
I
'Cause
realized that
there's-
the last. Oh, sorry, go on.
There's research around the whole place that you can pick up to help you figure out what to do if you meet the SCP. Like, there's one about a bowl of candy. You cannot eat it.
That's so cruel.
Indeed.
There's one about a toy monkey that plays like Happy Birthday, but as you sit there, you actually age faster.
Nice.
I could
Yeah,
use
unless
some
you
of that. to
That's
get
pretty
by.
cool.
Yeah, unless you perform the song perfectly in sync with the actual toy, you die. You turn to dust.
Ouch.
I like that. Darth Phoenix says there is a theory. The creator of 049 said he liked it too, that the pestilence is an SCP called What Happens After. Okay, I don't understand that sentence too well. He liked. Said he liked. Pestilence is an SCP called. Oh, okay. So
Well-
pestilence is an SCP of what happens after, I guess.
Well, you could also see the containment area. Also, it's, I guess, in a way similar to Area 51.
Right, right.
filled with weeps running around with their arms
Does it have the alien booty? I want some of the alien booty.
Welcome, Preachy Mink. Preachy Mink, are you going to be joining us today so I can put you on the wheel of torture? We're talking about monster doctors.
Hell yeah, that alien.
No?
Buddy.
Okay.
Shut up.
Velocity.
Hey, give me that alien booty.
Beth, are you an alien?
Maybe.
Let's
Oh,
hope so.
Alrighty. Does anybody have anything else to add on to this SCP, 49?
It's
I
Going
mean,
once?
is there any purpose behind the mask? Is does it just wear it? Like,
Right.
what
Well-
happens if you
Face.
take it off?
plague doctors are known to wear that to scare away the plague.
Ooga booga booga.
So the things in its nose, the herbs to
And
get
and
bad
the
smells
beak
off.
they fill with like flowers to, I guess.
But this one,
Because they
has
thought,
an actual
they thought bad
body.
smells could cause disease, so they put
In the-
herbs in his nose so he didn't smell the bad smells.
In
Chris?
And they
case of
use a scary
SCP
mask to try to scare away the plague, which
Yeah,
is
in
sort
the
of
case of
stupid.
in the case of SCP-049, that's not a mask, that's its face.
Ah,
That's
okay.
his face.
I just wondered if it was a mask, because what happened if you
Yeah.
took it off and punched it in the face?
Yeah,
Right.
It looks like a mask, but that is in fact its face. Also, its clothes are part of its
Really?
body as well.
Have they, is it mentioned in the SCP write-up or anything that they've experimented on it, that they tried to remove that off his face or anything like that?
I don't think they've ever managed to actually catch him to do that.
Oh, I
no,
see.
He is
They
currently,
can't exactly touch him because if he touches you, you're pretty much dead.
He is contained, but that's
Right.
because he is actually open for polite conversation, and they've taken him in. The only way they're keeping him contained is either by putting him to sleep, or by they've made him a small laboratory in the place he's contained, and they bring him test subjects to work on, so he doesn't go around killing people to get
Funny.
more.
Okay,
Yeah.
so is he human then? He talks, you
No.
said. He speaks.
He's a humanoid entity. No one knows what the hell he is.
A lot of SCPs
Okay.
aren't human
Gotcha.
at all.
Right, right.
They
Okay.
may look humanoid, but they aren't.
Okay, well, thank you, Darth.
Vibrator.
You have lived up to yourself, your name, your appearance, so you have
Their
honored thyself.
expectation.
Well done, Darth. Next. Oh, and in the spirit of Darth here, Chris did make an SCP. He did write up an SCP in the spirit of Darth as well during our last Monstercast, the watermelon one. What was it called,
Watermelon?
Chris?
Melon Lord.
Melon
Melon
Lord.
Lord.
There we go.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
Why?
Darth is growing
What
in
is
power.
it just to do
people.
with a melon head?
Because Darth wins a lot of watermelons on the... That's kind of the meme here.
Yeah,
Oh.
he wins the lottery things. We do lottery draws of watermelons, and anytime he buys in a ticket, he always wins them. Very commonly. So
You should just be called melon head from now on.
there we go. He just went from looking like a cool plague doctor to a melon head. There you go, Darth.
I can just imagine this beak sticking out of a melon now.
Now we know the purpose of the beak. It's like a weevil. It's like a beetle. He sticks the beak
So he
into
can-
the watermelon to
Melon
feed.
drinks it.
Yes, it's a straw. It's so obvious
draw
now.
that
It's been
later.
a straw the whole time.
It's a giant melon straw.
There's
with a
nothing
mask
cool or
filled
scary
with
about it.
It's got like a silly straw at the inside, but you
Does the melon reanimate when it touches him?
He's a melon stinger.
He turns people into melons.
it's because he can't see. He has to poke it around like. One's blind.
He can't see where he's going. He has to. he
Wait,
can't
Superman
see.
is
Well, he's like a
Melon
monster,
must
as all the
No horror show. We were just talking about
Fine.
Superman because we were talking about Hulk.
And now we're talking about Darth having a melon head.
Superman can bench press a
Hell yeah.
planet. Okay, here we go. We're spinning the. We're spilling the
too.
spinning the melon.
I'll
Chrissy,
look at
Beth,
that.
Louie. Louie, if you're over on YouTube, if you're paying attention to us, write out a doctor you'd want me to talk about or read for you, or a link or anything. Louie, are you there? Earth to Louie. The cave's off calling for you, Louie. He is there. Dr. Killjoy, I knew Louie would have something for us. He wouldn't let me down.
He died.
All right, Dr. Killjoy. Who the hell's Dr. Killjoy? Let's see here. Okay, I typed type that out so I can Google it now. Okay, here we go. All right. Dr. Killjoy. Who can tell us about Dr. Killjoy? First of all, where is he from? What lore? We'll start.
I do
with
not
that.
know anything about him, so I got nothing to say.
Okay.
Banshee.
Anybody know anything? It's of a video game.
I don't recognize.
Looks like Silent Hill.
Yeah, it looks like Silent Hill.
For some reason, I can't get this old song I heard in my childhood out of my head.
Let's see.
Like, maybe if I know the game, but I don't know games that are that poorly graphic.
Resident Evil Silent Hill, that's what I'm going for.
Okay, Louis says he came out
Oh, quite thin.
on a horror game called The Suffering. Okay, so it's from the Suffering horror
Never
game.
heard of it.
I don't know much. I see monsters. Okay, so he's an evildoer. Let me see here. I found a wiki on him. So he's one of the principal characters of the 2004. So it's a 2004 horror game, The Suffering, and the sequel. Let's see. What does he do? Let's go quick. Occupation: psychiatrist, surgeon, inventor, of course. Founder and manager of the Carnet Institution for the Alienated. That's a nice name for it. I like that. Power, skills, genius intellect, intangibility. Intangibility, really? Barrier projection, slayer reanimation, technopathy, influence over malefactors. Anybody here have played the game or know anything about him?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Cool.
Well, he's a crazy scientist. Seems interesting. Nothing over the top or silly. Here's another image.
Bless you.
Thank you for that.
Bless you.
Everyone's dying.
Sorry.
Preacher Ming said it's like
It's
a
the
Silent
plague.
Hill, except you
The bad
become
part
the
is,
monster.
I'm going to wake up tomorrow despite me being dead.
And he said he's really hard to kill. Okay, guys.
Always one
so,
of those.
Dr. Killjoy. It's just good to know because I feel like I've heard the name Dr. Killjoy before.
Sounds like my father.
Something. There you go.
Sounds like my mental state.
He looks like your father, Z.
No, he don't.
Sounds like teenage angst.
Chris True was the word. Okay, I've heard of Dr. Demento before. Okay, moving on then. We're spinning the wheel. Let's take Louis off. We have Rain, Chris, C, and Beth still on. Here we go. 3, a 2, a 1. We spin. Chris, C, Beth, Rain, Chris, C. C, it is your turn. Finally, you have earned it.
Most excellent. I found something I didn't know I loved, but I loved it, and it's not Necrons. Yes,
Your
I know.
butt?
It's right.
Excellent.
No. I
From
know.
Dead Space.
I have known what that has been for the entirety of my life. Oh, God,
Like, it just sounds like you finally discovered it.
Jesus Christ. Oh well. Okay. Getting back on track. I found out that there's something called the Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance, returning a reanimation of an old movie made into a Netflix series, and Jesus
Cool.
Christ, those
I
guys
think I've heard
actually
about
did-
All right. Let's
It's
see
really
what you're
cool.
talking about, C.
And one of the evil guys, bad guys, literal evil incarnations of some of the godlike beings, yada yada yada, spoilers and all, is a guy named Skektek, or the scientist, and he's a
Ooh.
Skeksis.
Oh,
Yes.
that one. I haven't got to watch that yet.
Spoilers, it's awesome.
I know, my sister told me to watch it. I haven't got to yet.
Wait, are we
I
talking
mean-
about the new one? The series? Is it already out?
Yes, I've seen
Ooh.
everything.
And it's good. Very good. Okay, continue.
I'll try to watch it this month, I promise.
I mean, Skektek is the scientist of the Skeksis. The Skeksis is this 80s evil race of evil beings that are evil reptilian things that just like to torture, murder, and drain the life essence out of everything. Haha. Well, there's really not much to say. He kind of is a super. He kind of has a plot device level amount of knowledge when he needs to. He's smart, but like all Skeksis, he's a bit weird on the fact that his body is just not that.
He's fucking ugly.
Yeah, that. You put it best. He is however voiced by Mark Hamill in the news.
Could you guys stop fighting in the text?
No. Gonna start
I
narrating
just
this at
looking
one
in the
point.
text. I see yes, no, yes,
yes,
no.
yes, no, yes, yes.
If we can
no,
lessen the breathing
yes,
on the
yes.
microphone.
I mean, the thing about this scientist is that he creates one of the most devastating things in the entirety of the universe, called the
What?
Gotham, which, for all intents and purposes, are the reason why there are no more that many creatures back on the planet they live on, Fra.
I'm sorry, could you please repeat the name of that thing?
Fra or Gotham?
It sounds almost like Gotham.
Yeah,
I know, and it sounds so disturbing the first time you mentioned it because I couldn't unhear Gotham.
created Gotham City.
Gotham.
Well, the Gotham are these lovely, lovely beetle creatures that he created from the beginning. Well, from the bottom.
Bottom up.
Well, he kind of took two things, thought it was a good idea slamming them hard together, and somehow this thing came out of those two things. And it's horrifying, in all due honesty. It's fucking terrifying.
This is from the original movie, right?
Yes.
You're me again, my boy.
They are, for all intents and purposes, truly terrifying creatures.
They look like giant beetles.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to the creatures that you see in there, which are gelflings that are not even half their size, it's rather terrifying because these things are supposed to be the reason why the gelflings are mostly wiped out. Mostly. Oh well, basically wiped out.
Alrighty.
Oh,
So
yeah.
C, how hard is he to defeat?
Oh, I have a thing you just kick him in the balls and he falls dead over.
He has a
There's nothing
cloaca
great about
anyway.
him.
That's the thing. He's a Skeksis. Skeksis might be imposing, but they're not really that what's it called, dangerous if you know what you're doing against them.
So
I
he's
mean-
more intimidating than dangerous.
I mean, he's really not that dangerous unless you're somehow caught within one of his contraptions. He has the time to prepare to know that you're coming.
What will
But
he?
he is a Skeksis though, so he's comparatively smart and he is terrifying.
Yes.
All along,
But
I
if you
thought it was
slap him
Chris.
in the face, he's gonna die.
Yeah.
Super OCD.
He dies in the movie.
Super OCD, I'm watching you.
Not surprised.
What?
All along, I thought it was Chris's breathing. It is your heavy breathing.
What?
I know
Oh,
you're
it's the
excited about the Monstercast. Heavy breathing. There we go.
God, I couldn't. I mean, oh
Literally
God,
ear
I
rape.
think Darth Vader somewhere in another reality is just cringing. So
So
It's worse than when squeakers yell into their mic.
now, see what would? Oh, welcome, hola, JMPF. Glad to have you here. We're talking about monster doctors. I can put you on the wheel of torture if you want me to.
oh yeah, he has his eye eaten by a beetle.
Ew.
Cool. So, see if what would he attack you with? Is there some kind of zap attacking weapon he has? Some kind of staff or anything like that? Crystal.
Well, most of his intimidation comes mostly from the fact that the normal beings in this universe are literally the height of toddlers. So you know, those would be intimidating towards this.
So they're all midgets.
Basically.
Damn.
Gelflings are not exactly tall, but the man inside of this costume, yeah, he's a doll. Go figure. Is literally incredibly tall compared to a normal man,
Yeesh.
and
he,
he is also
like-
somewhat powerful, if for no other reason than he. I don't know enough about the biology. And please, spare yourself the trouble of looking up what a Skeksis look like. You will
I'm looking
regret
at it
that.
right now.
Is the actor about as tall as the one that plays Chewbacca in the original Star Wars?
Well, it's probably a bit higher.
I
He is
see.
so ugly.
I know, but there's something so charming about him being so ugly. It's like they're
That's true.
self-aware about how evil they are.
Very
in a-
memorable.
Like
Yes.
he has a beer gut.
He seems
Yeah,
to be a
the-
follower of
Oh,
Chinch.
no, it's not. It's not a beard cut. It's just a racial aspect of their creation.
I will agree with Arthur. The Skeksis overall as a species look like some breed of daemon of Zinch.
Yeah, I think that's
Excellent.
inspiration.
They look like a mix of a lizard with a vulture.
One of my favorite
Basically, that was
demon
the design
factions.
inspiration.
Although
I
every
mean, if you Google
demon faction is-
Skeksis, you'll find a lot of beautiful rendition of these ugly fucking creatures.
By the way,
Thanks
guys,
to Tumblr.
Louis did send me a link of this. More details on Dr. Killjoy if you're interested, right here.
I'm too lazy.
Thank you, Louis. By the way, for those of you that are new, which I think is just maybe one person, but you never know, this is being streamed on our Voices of the Monsterhood channel, not on the main World of Monsters channel. So just a heads up on
which
that if
channel
you do
is
want to
it?
see this. Yeah, Voices of the Monsterhood.
Skeksis are probably some of the most disgusting creatures.
If you
I've
need a
ever
link,
encountered.
let me know.
Voices of
If anybody can provide a link, by the way, that'd be helpful. Nice concept art there. Skeksis.
Well, that's not Skektek himself. That is just another Skeksis.
Yes.
The Skeksis.
Skektek.
They have a
Oh, I-
long story
that
that I'm
name.
going to indulge in right now.
I just subscribed.
All right, see? Does anybody have any questions, comments about Skektek? The techie Skek?
Does it matter where in their on their throat you karate chop them in order to make them keel over?
I mean, the thing is that they have a rather thin throat, so long, thin throat. But they're puppet, so there's an arm inside. So I don't know.
Okay, besides the fact that they're puppets, like if they were real creatures.
Just punch him in the gut.
know. No one has kicked them in the throat before.
Punch
at
him in the
least that's what
gut. He has a
Yeah,
gut.
just
Punch
punch
him in the
Whack him
gut.
in the head, he's gonna be fine.
yeah, something like that.
Good mood today.
Ow, my foot.
Okay, continuing. Nobody's talking about Dr. Feelgood. Why not Dr. Feelgood?
I
Well,
don't
we
Yeah,
have
haven't
but-
that
gotten that
creature.
far yet.
Ooh, I love that sketch work right there. That's a beautiful
Yeah,
drawing.
the Skeksis are just beautiful in their ugliness. There's something grim and horrible about them that just
Big dragon.
can make you look
I
away.
agree. That's why I always love Zinch.
Yeah, they're
For that reason.
disgustingly beautiful.
The kind of
But Arthur,
majestic
what
colors and the birdliness. It's an interesting
But
mix.
Arthur, what about that one video where you were drawing a great unclean one and said it was your favorite demon?
Ooh. But did I say he's my favorite? I said he's one of my favorites. I cannot say it's my favorite.
Oh.
Oh.
These two.
Now, if I
creatures
did
are
say
next
that,
to the
Chris, you gotta
Gelfling
catch
is
that. You gotta catch
is-
that
is
and give me a
called
link.
Gelfling, and they are the midget people we talked about earlier.
Great Unclean One is awesome. We're gonna have to do Demon Lord sometime, so we can all cover
Yeah,
Some
demon
awesome-
monsters is definitely a thing we should
great
note.
demon. Yeah,
I mean-
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
There's something beautiful about the Skeksis, about simply the fact that they are, what's it called? They
Stupid.
they are just so disgusting,
Bird brain,
but
smelly.
so unique while being so.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, continuing, and their creation of Jim Henson's. Good old Jim Henson. Moment of silence for Jim Henson
Indeed.
as I
Indeed.
prepare the wheel with JMPF on it.
Oh yeah, did I mention they're feeding on a crystal, the dark crystal?
Thank
Okay,
you,
that's a given.
thank you. See, that's
I think that's an important detail.
it is. We are spinning the wheel. Here we
How
go.
ugly they are, I don't think it changes anything.
4 people on it. Here we go. We have Beth, JMPF, Beth, JMPF, Rain, Raincrawler over on YouTube. If you're aware, awake, and active,
Am I not on this wheel of torture?
and animate. You are. I just
Could you
didn't say your
stop
name
sending those ugly images?
in time.
Of
Beautiful.
Skek Tech.
Raincrawler, if you have something to share, go ahead and share it anytime. I'll go on to the next person here.
I mean, if you are going to watch what's it called, the Dark Crystal, just
Like I
get
will
used to a lot.
eventually, but
We
don't
have to go to
spoil
the
it
next
that
person or
much.
C won't stop. That's how
There
this
isn't
works.
that much spoiling. They're just really disgusting creatures.
You're ruining it for me.
Raincrawler said Kosaki from Yu-Gi-Oh! He modified monsters into built robot monsters. He is a scientist. He appears on a lot of cards. Also, Dr. William Birkin from Resident Evil. There we go. One for Dio, who's not here today.
Of course, there's a Resident Evil.
So let's Google this one, this Kosaki. This dirty Kosaki. Let's see here. Let's see what he looks like. Googling image. Okay. Everything is, there we go. I think that's him. Yep. From Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually, he's cooler than I thought he would be. Because I figured it'd be hard going from Skeksis. But he's pretty cool. Take a look at that. That's Kosaki, who creates robot monsters. What do you guys think?
Oh, I think I know. Isn't that from?
He's
what
a horny
anime?
fellow.
Oh, you boy. I used to watch that.
Yeah, okay. All right. Any thoughts? Comments?
He looks like
Does look like Krampus.
He looks
Wait,
elvish.
What is that creature again?
He is a mad scientist from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Don't shush.
Jesus. I mean, Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
That's funny. I just saw
Jesus
that
Christ,
sign
it's-
here
yeah.
in downtown Chris on the wall. It says Jesus crust. It was an advertisement for pizza.
He looks like me in the morning.
Oh, so that's a charming image.
I'm beautiful in the
Arthur,
morning.
Yes.
I would just like to say I stand corrected. I just rewatched that video where you were making the sketch of the Great and Clean One. You clarified that Zinch was your favorite Chaos God and his demons.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like to pick favorites, but I do
So-
like
I did remember an old video of yours, so I have been with the Monster channel for quite a while now.
for sure. Awesome. I honor you, Chris. I'm going to give you a watermelon for that. There you go. I also love the
Heck
old
yeah.
Keeper of Secrets. I think he was awesome. I think the new model, I don't know. The new model doesn't do it. The old model of Keeper of Secrets was awesome. He had one claw arm and the other thing. All right.
I don't think that's an appropriate topic.
It's,
Oh, come on.
then don't talk
Claw
about it.
arms. Okay, moving on. Sorry about that. Chris knows what I'm talking about. He gets it. He gets me. He gets my
gets on
love
ya.
for the fat lord of disgust. Here we go. Applying the wheel. And we're spinning it. It is spinning. Beth, JMPF, Chris. Chris, it is your turn.
Huzzah!
I feel like I'm gonna be last.
So I was debating who to do, and I thought Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, but since Beth took that one, I instead decided to go for something a bit more not common, found here.
Great.
Who here is familiar with the game League of Legends?
I've heard of it and don't know about it.
A little.
There might be a lot of doctors in there.
Oh, is this a
Uh,
stinky?
Technically two, but I'll.
Is that Bigfoot?
I'll be referring to
Stinky.
my personal favorite from the academics found within League of Legends, the Madman of Zaun, namely Dr. Mundo.
Ooh.
I was hoping for Victor, but Mundo is kind of like Hulk, but purple.
Fuck Victor, he's dumb.
There's actually
Victor
a ripoff
is
with the
cool.
Hulk. It's called the Incredible Bulk, and he's purple.
Go
it's
on,
a
Beth.
terrible CGI movie.
Go on, Chris.
yes, I know what.
So, Dr. Mundo, first of all, in order to understand Mundo, you'll need to understand his place where he lives, which is the city of Zaun, which is essentially a slum where science is going on rampant with no regard for ecology, the environment, or any boundaries.
So
You
America in the
just
Oh my
60s.
god, no.
That's
so
actually
you
pretty cool.
just
That is
you
ugly.
science to the max. And there's pollution, there's smog. Think Beijing, but more toxic.
Chris, might want to stop with all those images. Our female followers might be having a little bit of an overload. But...
No, this is actually quite the turn off.
Yeah, I'm not into it. I'm too gay to like this.
And as of currently, as far as I recall, this is his in-game model of the actual character.
What?
Chris,
The amazing
Just 'cause you instantly post that image after, like, that's it.
Okay, so it's a place full of pollution, rampant science gone unchecked, and a lot of mutation, cyborg, and all that nonsense is happening down there. But Mundo has got to be the weirdest thing out there, because one day, a group of people from an quote unquote orphanage just found this little purple baby out in the streets, which is weird considering the streets are deadly. And they took him in, and whenever they tried to feed him, he would bite off the utensils used to feed him. And as he slowly matured into a young boy, one time caught him stuffing his face over a drainage pipe and sucking out everything that was in there.
Ew.
And in the process, they also discovered that he had incredible regenerative abilities. Like he put Wolverine to shame in terms of how quickly he can recover from stuff. And he also appeared to enjoy pain because whenever someone would stab him, impale him, or just do any type of
Which
damage to
happens
him,
often to toddlers in that universe.
to this one in particular, because that orphanage was also the mask for a researching chem baron's place.
another
So
mad
it was
scientist.
became a favorite test subject who would just giggle with delight as they blasted him on an electric chair or shot needles into him, which he'd proceed to pluck off of himself and then eat. So good old times,
Ew.
and as he continued to grow into a hulking behemoth, as they kept stuffing him with injections of various chemicals and whatnot to test his limits essentially, he grew to very much so like the doctors. And he also wanted to become a doctor. And so he tried to put on a coat,
Of
pants,
course.
and shoes, and you can see the result of that. And he got himself his trusty scalpel, this giant ass meat cleaver, and he decided to perform an operation on the doctors to show them, how good he is. Uh, he kind of chopped them up to bits, and he was very satisfied with his work, saying that they were quote unquote cured. He just And after that, deciding that he was a great fucking doctor, he decided to go out into the vastness of Zon, into the toxic smog, where people, cyborgs, mutants, and other various creations now run the fuck away whenever they hear him laughing, because he's a jolly fellow. One particular. When he makes up. He's quite stubborn. When he makes up his mind for something, that's gonna happen. One of my personal favorite quotes of him is Mundo go where he pleases. Yes,
Ew.
that is part of the quote.
It just
And
sounds like he's just a kink.
he literally just sleeps in the slums, sometimes into pools of muck and whatnot. He wakes up and goes on to find patients. Just sees a random person and decides that they are ill for some reason, goes up, chops them to bits, and he has an imaginary doctor's diary. You know those clipboards where doctors write diagnosis and stuff?
Oh
He
yeah.
just imagines that he's holding one and uses his finger as a pen to scribble stuff on it as if he's scribbling a diagnosis and prescription, and turns to chopped up corpse. You should take more vitamins until next week and come back and see me. And stuff like that. And he just
So
walks off.
he's not a real doctor.
I don't think
He's
that
okay.
classifies as a real doctor.
He has a coat and a scalpel, and he carries with himself a checkboard for diagnosis
Well,
at
he
all
claims
times.
to be a doctor when really he isn't.
Do we have any fans of League of Legends here?
I realized that yes, I'm a fan of League of Legends, but you just reminded me of the one character I just had blissfully forgot.
Okay.
Then again, as I play as a genocide, as a what's it called, a torturous, sadistic bastard. So you know,
I
I'm
do
really
all the time.
So we got a fake doctor here. Chris, do you like to play this one as a character?
Yes, he is quite fun. He is one of the tankiest characters in the game.
I bet.
I wouldn't
So
be
it's
surprised to be the tank.
you just build health on him.
and he keeps fucking regenerating. Oh,
Yep.
this is not. This is my favorite character.
Well,
Look
you
at him.
look cool.
That is a
Pretty.
character from League of Legends?
League of Legends.
See?
Yes, Fresh.
Really?
The Chain Warden.
Wow,
Yes.
I didn't know they were capable of art. That's good.
No, this is not this is not official.
Right,
That's just
obviously. But that is awesome. I love it.
Fresh
Right.
is awesome, except
Excellent.
if you're being tortured by the thing.
Wonderful
You don't
eye
want to
candy.
be tortured.
Yes, he literally tortures your soul.
In a way,
Yes.
he looks like a priest. I don't know why.
He's
He
a
was part
warden.
of he was part of a monk order that was capturing dangerous artifacts and stuff and putting them into
Keeping them
dungeons.
safe underground.
I agree,
Uh,
Raincrawler.
Of course, someone hit the fuck up button and made sure that everything in around that area died and was resurrected. To some extent, Fresh, being a sadistic bastard, got out better, and he got back up and liked to torture people again, and he was able to do so again.
Alrighty.
I honestly don't like him for his backstory. I like him for his mechanic, because his mechanics are super fun when you finally find someone that is so much easier to just. Sorry.
If you want, we can play a little bit.
Oh
I
boy.
could use some League of Legends, some positive
is
reinforcement of my League of.
Well,
I wish
Chris,
I could play.
your false
You play
scientist,
League
he
of
kind of
Legends,
reminds
Beth?
me of Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, also that.
A purple Wreck-It Ralph. Just a rambunctious,
smash it.
overpowered boy. Okay, moving on. Thank you, Chris, for sharing. Thank you for finding something more rare. Always appreciate it.
Hey, you're welcome.
We are spinning between JMPF and Beth, and I'm not even sure if JMPF wants to go, but we will find out. So, here we go. It is the battle of the two. Yellow or white? Beth or JMPF? Spinning. Yes, you are yellow. Beth, I don't know why. And it is yellow. Beth, it is your turn. Your first
Okay.
share ever.
Hit us.
I'm
Just
not
hit
gonna
C.
hit you.
Well, that's not what I meant. I meant
Throw in a token.
go ahead.
Okay,
Oh, boy.
there.
Nice. Very ready. Appreciate it, Beth. I'm going to give you a watermelon for that. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, Beth, go ahead. Share what you will.
Okay, so it's been a while since I've actually watched this movie, but I remember they needed him for strength or something.
They kind of just picked him up.
Just like random, like, oh, you're there. Yeah,
I mean,
I didn't have anything yet.
Okay, let's see what's worthy reading here. So it's Dr.
No,
Jekyll
not yet.
of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. How do you guys feel about the movie? Have
I'm a
you
little
seen it? Do you
busy.
like it?
I like it. It's a really, really
Sure.
fun movie. Not necessarily a good movie, but it's a fun
Uh,
movie.
Okay.
I mean, it has some
The other
interest.
chicken sandwich. It was another one.
I'm going to mute her
has
for a
some-
moment.
It has an interesting concept, and maybe it was really not an amazing movie, but it was one of those really, if you had a late night and just didn't want to think too much about things, you could put
Okay.
this
Right.
on and you'll be perfectly happy when you're done watching.
I'm sorry, I was talking to my stepdad.
It's all good.
No,
How about you, Chris?
It can use hello.
What about me?
Have you seen the movie? Do you like it? Yes or no?
Oh yes, I have seen The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I love that movie. I don't care what people say. It's a good movie.
it's a good movie. It's just
Well, what do
I
people
just
say,
like
Chris?
I just like the diversity of the characters that are in it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's campy and it does have its flaws that you can nitpick, but
I mean, I
in my
There's
love
always
what
ups
they
and
did
downs
with
for a
it.
movie.
I really love what they did with it. I
Mhm.
just really love the thing they did, and the kind of people that just had to work together in order to create a good.
Is it on Netflix? I'm just wondering.
Probably.
no idea.
I have to look that up.
So what
I
is
haven't
it with
watched
the
It's-
movie? I mean, is it just is it a different take on kind of Van Helsing, although
Yes.
not really Van Helsing?
Well,
no, it's no,
yes
it's
and no and no. A lot of no there actually, but a lot of yes. There are some
Okay,
interesting.
Chris, go ahead.
So, as I was about
Oh.
to say, it isn't a Van Helsing type movie. It just extraordinary people that are taken together to prevent World War III, basically.
Okay.
World War One.
World
Oh yeah,
War
that
One.
one.
Yeah.
The
One of the
first
worst.
World War.
The old one.
Among which you've got a vampire lady. You have an invisible person. You have Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, respectively.
Alan
You
Quarterman.
have who's that?
Alan Quarterman.
Is that
Was
the
it
name
the
of the invisible
vampire?
person? No, the vampire lady. There's also a
No.
guy who is immortal.
He's
And
boring.
there's Captain Nemo, the one with the submarine.
Hmm.
Not the yellow one.
Yellow
Apparently Tom Sawyer as well.
Yeah, Tom Sawyer. And
Are you
there's
serious?
also
It's not on Netflix.
I
What
wouldn't
was it?
know.
I don't know. Must have been taken off
Horror,
recently.
Horror Show says I like the props of that movie. Agreed.
I mean,
Okay.
it has some of the most interesting visuals I saw back then.
Mm.
I mean, I'm not quite into that vampire thing because that's just
Yeah.
weird, but yeah.
It felt
I
like a
like
little bit more of a
vampires.
drier kind of movie of such.
It's quite, honestly, I'd put it. It has its flaws, but I'd
Mhm.
put it to up to personal taste.
Okay. Right. So
Yeah,
you
no.
do like the mix of actors and how everything works with the
Oh,
characters.
yeah,
and all
I
that.
love it to bits. It's
Cool.
glorious.
So back to
Yeah.
Beth. So what do you say, Beth? Mhm.
For me, he's one of my, I guess, top favorites, like, story type monsters that I'd read about.
Nice. The early Hulk, basically, before.
Like, pretty much my first Hulk, like, person I like.
Hulking Man thing.
Hulking man. Thing. Thingamajig.
He is pretty hulking here, indeed. It's quite a
But I've
bodysuit.
seen many versions. Like, this one, of course, he's bulky, but other ones, like, turn him more primitive looking, like hairier and.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. People have their own version of their own
It's
Jack and Hyde.
literally the elixir was not supposed to make him bulky in that.
Mhm.
It was meant to just what's it called,
Made
sort
him
out
mad.
his issues with his
Just to
Cold.
make him.
Mm.
his
Not
bad
evil.
side, locking it away, separating it from his mind.
Okay. Are you a
Why
fan
not?
of the old one, Beth? The original black and white movie?
Version, really.
Okay.
But he's not, like, my top favorite ones that I'd, like, listen to every day. He's just my top ones I'd, like,
Sure.
watch now and then.
There is also a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde cameo in the movie Van Helsing.
Like, there was one
We
version I
don't talk
love-
about that.
There was one version I loved. It was in an old movie I watched. Was about the Page Master. If anyone watched that?
Ah, yes. With Macaulay Culkin.
Yes.
So he was there as well. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember that too well.
It was in the horror section of the movie. Yes,
Right.
that one.
And then there's that Van Helsing one. Cool. I'd like to see a mix of all the different Dr. Hydes.
Yeah, there's like many variations.
Yeah. Alrighty. Anything else anyone wants to share? Special powers, what? Mainly just craziness and strength when he's at that state, right?
Of course, you had to bring up the one from Looney Tunes.
Which one's that? Nice.
I forgot about that one. That was my favorite
Tweety.
episode.
That's when Twitter started. Eh. Come on, see, I don't get anything for that.
You get a cookie. I don't know.
Yay. Okay.
How am I supposed?
Who else do we have? Preachy Mink's not going. So, JMPF, do you have anything you would like to share today? He said Mr. Hyde was originally a midget in a book. Go ahead, JMPF. Moment of silence for JMPF. And he's typing. Here we go.
Oh.
It's a
JMP.
normal day.
Mr.
At
Hyde
first he
was
was
originally...
in a book.
Oh, sorry. So Dr. Crow. Dr. Crow performed experiments on hydrocephalic children, horrific, painful experiments, including injecting fluid into their heads. Ooh. The repeated treatments caused the malformations that gave the children their terrifying appearance. The melon heads, as they were called... Oh, boy. Darth, anyone? Were
Hey, Darth,
docile,
we found your people.
helpless victims of the man's strange fascinations. Years passed and Dr. Crow's insanity raged. The escalating evil spilled out from the doctor to patient. The children, those who survived, went mad. In an unexpected act of revolt, the melon heads attacked Crow, taking vengeance in the most violent manner. The doctor died at the hands of his children, who were now free from collective captivity.
I can
And
just imagine.
melons.
I can imagine Darth being the leader.
I need some images.
I'm back.
We all know what's
Just
going
sit
on here.
there with the melon
Welcome
head
back.
with the beak sticking out, just him pointing his army.
And
Dr.
an army of child soldiers.
Of melon heads.
So I don't see any good images of Dr. Crow. I see more Plague Doctor type. What the
Yeah,
hell is
I
that?
would assume he could actually possibly look more like a plague doctor.
Awesome. So I'll take it as another Plague Doctor type doctor, which I'm happy with. Seems like Darth is going to show Pro what it means to have a checkup
your
with the
brother.
doctor. Nice, Donde. Good dandling around. Give you a watermelon for that. Is Professor
What is it?
Farnsworth considered a doctor? Who's Professor Farnsworth?
Oh, it's
Louis?
from Futurama.
It sounds familiar. I forgot.
From Futurama.
Futurama.
Oh, yeah, Futurama. Oh,
Good
yeah.
news, everyone.
Okay. Probably. Even the one from Rick and Morty.
Rick.
Rick.
Is it Farnsworth and
Could
Rick and
count.
Morty?
I mean,
Rick's a weird scientist dude. I don't know.
I suppose he is technically.
he literally solved everything. And then
Horror
tried
show.
to be lazy and boring about it.
Horror Show asked, has
Boring,
anyone seen the movie Wolves with the guy who plays Aquaman in the movie?
Oh, I've heard about the movie. I
Jason
haven't got to watch it yet.
Yeah, it guys, it's a must see if you're a werewolf fan. I haven't watched it myself, although I did edit
What
it.
movie?
Werewolf fan. I am obsessed with werewolf movies.
It's called Wolves.
Oh, I love werewolves.
There we go.
But I saw the variation of wolves. Like, they're more humanoid, but I guess with a wolf pelt on their skin. It actually looks cool.
Like skinwalkers.
Well, speaking
Almost
of
like
which,
Skinwalker.
No, no, frustrate.
I have a question on the love of and spirit and year of wolves here at World of Monsters. Can you think of any werewolf mad scientist stories, movies?
I'm remembering like this guy, like it's from this game, like fighting game. It's like a werewolf and it's a.
I only know the one from Van Helsing, but that was Frankenstein.
Mm.
There was a mad scientist on.
On what?
In Underworld, there was
Underworld.
a werewolf who was a mad
Oh,
who
yeah.
wanted to mix werewolves and vampires.
There you go. Thank you, JMPF. You got it.
Cool.
Some Underworld. So,
Oh, I love Underworld. That's my favorite series.
Not bad, not bad.
I watched all 5 currently. I'm waiting for the next.
now I want an image of the melon heads, damn it.
We must make
So-
the image.
He put fluid
Oh, yeah,
into
like
their
this.
heads, That sounds kind of freaky, though. If they made a horror movie on that, that would be so excellent. What a
I'd
great
watch it.
way to show the Plague Doctor for the first time on the big screen, too. And then with melon-head children attacking him and overtaking him.
Well, we could always do an animation bed or something.
True.
Cool.
That is an option.
That would be so
But
cool.
I'm no
Love it.
animator.
That wins
like
my thing for today, JMPF. We have the overpowered one by Donde, I think. And then JMPF wins for I want to see this guy in action and originality. Okay. So there we have it. I have one more that nobody shared, and it is in the spirit of this, because as this one got overtaken by his children, so does mine.
I don't know.
Can anybody
Are
guess
you lagging?
who this one is? He lives on an island.
No.
He lives on an island?
New Cortex.
SpongeBob SquarePants?
Come on, I said an island. That should give it away, people. Okay, it is Dr. Moreau of the island of Dr. Moreau. The mad scientist
I mean, Dante got that.
that
I
mixed
don't remember that.
animal and human. Now, there is an 80s version of the movie, which is good. Then there is,
Is
I
also a
believe,
Spy Kids version?
Quiet, see?
No, with Marlon
Oh,
Brando.
wait. I just remembered of something that we've gotten. Oh, fuck. I forgot what it was.
Vibrant TNT,
Oh, yeah.
huge monster.
In the movie about the fly or something, like there was a scientist who turned himself into a fly.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that is another one, The Fly. Yep, that's a good one. Could have been mentioned today. So shout out to The Fly. So anyway, I'm referring more to the 90s, I believe, version, which is a great version.
Oh,
So here you go.
Thank
It has the main antagonist, or the main protagonist in the movie is the actor from Dragonheart, the Evil King, if you remember, Chris. And that's what displays him as a great actor, because he was such an asshole in Dragonheart, but in this movie, he's the good guy. It's always good to see. So, here are some of the creations. I believe this was a hyena mix, and the
it's
other one was
Chewbacca.
feline type mix.
That's what I was about to say.
Obviously, there's
The makeup was
quality
terrible.
I didn't need to think of that.
special effects because Stan Winston was behind it.
Oh.
So, R.I.P. Stan Winston, our man. We will forever
There's
hold
some
him
quality
dear.
to his masks, but it's not high def quality.
And
It's
to,
not what we refer in the how do you put it? Guillermo del Toro touch.
Mhm. And then to add into the wonderful cast already, we have Marlon Brando as Dr. Moreau and Val
Who's
Kilmer.
That's a very strange.
There you go. The old Marlon Brando. I didn't even know that was Marlon Brando. I keep hearing Marlon Brando's name because of The Godfather and him rated as one of the top actors ever. Well, he's the overweight scientist who created these creatures. And he walks around, he puts all this white stuff to protect himself from the sun, and he's just full of himself, and he's the father, the Faja. But eventually,
Oh, yeah.
the children do take him over. Oh, and then there's this thing. You're gonna love this thing. Here we go. You can name him what you
scared.
like. We can keep him. We can keep him in the monsterhood.
What
But here he
the
is.
fuck?
He's a little one.
What
He's his
tarnation?
He's his
He
little
looks like a
helper.
Human carrot. Human carrot.
It's like mini me.
It is a
He stands on his
Lucas.
piano as he plays the piano at one scene. That's his mini me.
It's like the child of Freddy.
There's a cat one.
It looks like a mango with a face.
There, it's a melon face. Melon head. There's your image of a melon head child.
Yeah. It's the child of Darth.
Fun fact, says Dande, Brando had lost someone during the filming of this movie, so he does things due to depression of a lost
deny
one
it,
to
Darth.
explain his actions in some scenes. That's awesome, Dande. I didn't know that. I know he was shy in that movie and Apocalypse Now about his weight, but yeah, that's interesting because Brando is indeed a wonderful actor. So is Val Kilmer, and so is she. I forgot her name. Insults Darth.
Perfect.
There we go. So anyway,
There's your new image.
since we speak of all these other classics, I figured everybody should be reawakened to Island of Dr. Moreau. If you haven't read the book or are going to, it's a great classic. Do watch at least the 90s movie, or both the 80s and the 90s. They're great. They're great takes of the story. So there we have it. Any thoughts? Has anyone seen it? Has anybody read the books?
I'm gonna watch it now.
I think
It's very
having the
interesting.
movie.
JMP, you saw the movie?
You have the movie,
Okay,
not the whole movie.
cool. And Kirsten Z?
I
have
don't
not.
think I have,
Okay.
but it's on my list now.
That's always
I guess
good.
so good.
It's good to throw something good out there that many of our folk here haven't seen. That's always a pleasure. It's a pleasure to get that back, and it's a pleasure to offer that. Okay.
You know you
so-
love her.
And The Fly. Yes, that was a good shout out. Professor X. No. Their
What
book.
about the crazy doctor who turned himself into a cockroach on Monsters vs. Aliens?
That would work.
Yeah,
Shout out to that.
I wish I wasn't so
And
unfortunate.
again, what
The
about
Dr.
Dr. Feelgood? Everybody forgets about Dr. Feelgood. Because where the female becomes a
That's a
doctor
gorilla
and
song.
chooses worthy
I love that
patients
song.
to be bit in order to save their lives. But nice, Louis. Interesting. The book was Werewolf MD. No pics are available. Oh, okay. So there's a Werewolf MD book. Medical doctor.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
So the movie already. I like the girl in Dr. Moreau. Yeah, that girl, she's from The Waterboy with Adam Sandler, if you've seen that. She's also from that witch movie, The Covenant, right? The Covenant? Covenant? She also plays in there. She plays in a few good movies, decent movies. She's got a brisk attitude to her. She's always a pleasure to watch. So cool shout out there, Horror Show. I like her too. And who is that, Donde? Who are you posting here? That looks like C's father again. Damn it, C, is it time for your checkup? Where is he going to poke that
Looks like
thing?
he's gonna. Huh? Looks like he's gonna give you a prostate exam out of this universe.
He's serious about it. He's going to do it very formally. Okay, folks, anything else to add? How about we start voting on our next topic?
Well, yes.
It's a good time for that. We are an hour and 20 minutes
Maybe
in.
a
Let's do
broad
it.
topic.
The Doctor Reanimator. That could work.
How
How about Doctor Strange? Doctor Strange isn't really a doctor now, is he?
He isn't a monster.
He's a superhero. He has superpowers, so do put him in that. Okay, guys. So next,
We have monstrous powers.
What about
monster what? JMPF?
Doctor Strange fights against monsters and has monstrous powers.
Hmm? There's Doctor Octopus. He's a doctor of sorts. So doctorates and doctors count. Remember, in America we have the degree that is higher than.
Okay, I'm back.
Let's see. So we have associate's
Wait a minute.
degree, bachelor degree, then master's degree, and then the highest one is doctorate degree. So it doesn't mean that you're a doctor, like a medical doctor, but it's the status of a degree. So you have that kind of doctorate, and then you have doctor. So don't get that confused. Now, doctors usually have doctorates. So they are doctors of doctors. If that makes sense. Okay, let's choose the next topic. Come on, guys, give me some hot topics here for our next discussion.
There was something we wanted to talk about, but I forgot.
See? Dr. Connors, aka the Lizard. True that, pro. Dark Lords, okay, one vote for Dark, or one
Well-
suggestion for Dark Lords. Yes, see? OCD?
Ever wanted to discuss
Um,
pastas or anything?
Man-Bat and
Pastas.
Batman. Yeah, Man-Bat. Anything else? Anatomy Monsters. I'm going to say
brain's broke.
slow but deadly. Hey, Bethany, since it's your
have we
first
done
time
Kaiser
here,
episode?
you've been doing great. Do you have any suggestion for our next topic that we can vote for?
Well, I'm for one for creepypastas.
Oh, we were-
Creepypasta. We haven't done a creepypasta one. That's a good one actually. Creepypasta 101. It'll be our first one.
Nice.
Kaijus. We already did kaijus, right?
Yeah, I thought we did.
We
I
already
wasn't
made our
sure.
own. But
Apparently diddly.
if you have something specific from it, like specific types or something, so I'm gonna type these out. Dark Lords. Anatomy monsters. And slow but deadly. SBD. And
Another creepypasta.
pasta. All right, guys.
Dark,
So
your nickname is gonna be Melonhead. No.
the options are keep the chat clean now, so we can put these out and we can vote. The options are Dark Lords, anatomy monsters. So anatomy-based monsters are like monsters that are formed of some kind of anatomy, like a brain monster and a hand monster, stuff like that. Slow but deadly. Take it as you shall. And creepy pasta. What do I won? Here we go, guys. Vote. OCD has creepypasta, JMPF creepypasta, Dande creepy, Pro Dark Lord, Bethany creepy, Dark Lord 2, C Dark Lord 3. Looks like creepypasta's overrunning it. I'll go with anatomy again.
I'm a big nerd on creepypasta, so I have so much to talk about.
Nice.
That'll
You
work.
have to teach me some.
so-
I think I'm horribly outdated.
Well,
So what
maybe-
are
Topic I finally
Actually,
understand anything
Look
about.
up a YouTuber called Mr. Creepypasta and listen to stories from him. He is a good, really good audio.
so what
Yeah,
is
man.
our what is
Makes us all the time.
what is the top what are the options for next time? I kind of tuned out.
Okay, Chris, so they are Dark Lords, Anatomy Monsters, Slow But Deadly, or Creepypasta 101.
I think I'm gonna go for Dark Lord.
Okay, so that's, I think, 4. What do you guys say? Horror Show, Louie, and Raincrawler over on YouTube. What do you guys say? Creepypasta's
Apples
still
throw
winning,
shade.
right? Mr. Creeps? Unless they break the mold. The animator. Okay, they're not voting anything, so
Some mad shade.
I think Creepypasta wins. Strong today. Oh, but we had Preachy did vote Dark Lords. Let's do a recount. Okay. How many to how many? Anybody posting? No? Okay, so Suprocity 1, 2, 3,
Oh, I like the little
4,
ones as well. It's a good show. They're good YouTuber.
5. Looks like 5 for creepy. Raincrawler said creepy. Okay, so it's definitely creepy then. Okay. Creepypasta it is. So how we're going to do this
Landslide.
is choose... Should we choose a favorite, or should we choose one that relates the most to us? No. Just choose one, be it favorite or for any other reason you choose to talk about it. Okay, so next time
Right now?
we should, yes, choose one creepypasta monster. So creepypasta monster, it's not just the stories, it's got to be the monsters, right? It's all about the monster. So creepypasta monster, tell us about it as we did today, and that'll be it. So choose a creepypasta monster. Any
I
questions?
need to find my own creepypastas.
Hold on, everyone's lagging. I have to leave for a sec.
Okay.
So,
So what?
Okay. Okay, what
Alright.
are we doing right now? Besides the lag that was ruining the voice?
That's it. So next time we'll talk about choose one creepypasta monster to talk about and share about. So
nice.
try to keep it at 1. If we have time at the end, we can always do more shout outs. We'll try to keep these to an hour and a half.
Hold on a second. There's one that just about everyone should know.
Mm-hmm.
Slender Man.
That's what I was about to do.
Get the
Apple
smile
joke.
dog.
Probably
pick out a
ask Arthur
quick,
about what? Darth, what are you guys talking
Actually, I have
about?
yeah, I got a best one.
I think we're gonna wrap this up then.
Okay, why is everyone lagging for me?
I don't know. It's
It's
there's
not-
a lag for me too.
Weird. Well, we're wrapping it up anyway, so I hope you hear that.
It's like my internet is killing.
Just suddenly,
It's the creepypasta. They're after internet connection.
we know we're talking. They know we're talking about
I don't know if I did. Everyone's
Oopsie.
lagging.
it. Okay, guys,
It's the
thank you everybody
Okay,
for
I got-
joining.
I got-
Sat around the campfire. I told each other.
Okay,
to-
do you want me to put it in the text?
We can
what-
hear you quite clearly.
Yeah, we can
Arthur?
hear you. You're fine. Did you want to share something before we go off?
Either.
Then go for it. Hurry
I'm
up.
like, why is it lagging all of a sudden?
I don't think she can hear us.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There's Slenderman for people. So don't do Slenderman next time, folks. There you go. We'll end this with Slenderman. This will give you a taste of what's to come. All right, everybody. Raincrawler, thank you for coming. Thank you, Louie. Thank you, Me Horror Show over on YouTube. Over here, we thank Bethany. We thank Dando. Thank you, Darth Phoenix. You're becoming quite the spectacle here, Darth Phoenix. Thank you, Preacher Mink. Thank you, JMPF.
Curse this lag.
Hi.
Gracias.
Yes, so much lag.
Dziękuję, Chris.
Could you repeat that, please?
Thank you, Chris.
It was my pleasure.
Procrastitron.
Grolier's memes here.
Procrastitron, thank you. Ciprocity, thank you for showing up today.
Woo!
Actually, Ciprocity, are you a Plagued Scholar yet? Let me see.
No, I think I'm still mind flare.
Still in Mind Flare. Where's the Plague? Oh, you're not. Okay, so soon you will be. Attend one more and I shall give it to you. C, thank you for being here today. It's been awesome. We missed you the last couple.
Yeah.
See, I'm talking to you.
Oh,
C.
sorry, it lagged a bit.
Yeah, it's lagging for everyone. Okay, with that, say your last words,
Yeah, for
guys.
me, everyone's a robot right now.
Thank you, everybody. Say your last words. They're lagging. I hope you're not lagging. Goodbye, guys. See you next week. I
Have a
believe
good
next
time.
week.
Bye.
Bye.
Stay monstrous, my friends.
And with this, I'm gonna have to pop.
Stay with your best.
Chris, I
Yeah,
need you to
like
say
this.
the last words for Victor.
Oh, I
Last
will.
word.
So, Victor's last words, as usual, will be, "Don't fear the unknown. Seek it out, study it, understand it." To which I reply with, "Fear the unknown. Shoot it in the face with a shotgun."
Can I have sex with it?
Huzzah.
See you
Maybe.
guys.
Goodbye, everyone. Play music, play.
Okay. So is this the after show now?
Trying to play the music, the outro. I'm trying to get this going. Why is my
Poor
computer
child.
even lagging?
Slenderman is probably like flooding the electronics.
What's going on here?
Okay, I think it did something.
All right.
I don't know. Everyone for me was just turning into a robot. I couldn't understand anything.
But what
I
if we
get
are robots? There's a glitch in the matrix.
I would like to be a robot.
There's the
but
music.
I am a human.
See you guys on YouTube.
I behave like what?
Oh, there it goes again.
I would like to be a robot.
I am not a robot. I drink water. I'm human. I have
That's
skin. I have
God,
skin
why
on my body
then?
like a human.
Why? Please don't do